Hey all, Hibber here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're looking closer at Super Mario Party Jamboree and the new Pro rules. I've been playing Mario Party since the first Mario Party came out on Nintendo 64 back in, well, I don't even know what that is, but it's like 25 years ago. So I have probably hundreds of hours in this game, and this is the first time we're actually getting a new rule set that's actually good. And like I said earlier, it's called Pro Rules, and in this video here I'll take you through them and I'll show you how it works in the game, and I'll let you know what I think about it. So the new Jamboree game has four boards that are available right from the beginning, and then there are an additional 3 secret or hidden boards that you have to work just a little bit harder to get. But it's not something that is as difficult as in, for example, the first Mario Party. It can be done in, a few hours really. So before we get going, I'll just give you an introduction to the game here if you haven't actually played it yet. So the plaza is pretty much where you set the options for the game, and you can purchase stuff like music and reactions. And it's quite a useful area, but if you want to actually get into the meat of the game, you need to actually jump into the hot air balloon and then have a look at all the stuff that's available. So Mario Party itself is just a small part. There's a lot of other things you can actually throw yourself into, and of course there's a minigame island, probably the most popular island out there. But there's still Rhythm Kitchen, Item Factory, Party Planner, Kaboom Squad, and lots of other stuff that you can take on. Now some of it is online and some of it is just local on your Switch, right? So pick what you want to do and off you go. So we're going to pick the Mario Party area here, so we can actually get into the meat of the game. And as you can see, you can have 5 ongoing games at the same time. And this is where it gets interesting, where you can pick between party rules or the new Pro rules. But before I show you Mario Party and the new Pro rules, I think I would just give you a tour of the other options available here if you don't want to play a Mario Party session. So the minigame island is back, and it basically gives you access to all minigames in the game, and you can play them or practice and do whatever you want, right? Then there's the Koopathon, and that's a 20-player online race, basically, and it's sort of fun, but again, it's something that you should play online. So if you don't have online capability on your Switch, then yeah, just give it a miss. Alright, the next thing we're going to look at is the Kaboom Squad, and this is for 8 players, and again, online. You can play it, with anyone across the world, and it's fairly amusing as well. But, all these modes here aren't the main reason to play Mario Party, because of course Mario Party is the main mode. And Paratrooper Flight School, also kind of fun, but again, limited in its appeal, as, the fun of it runs out fairly quickly. So the 2 last modes are probably the least appealing, and that's Toad's Item Factory. And on top of that, you also get access to the last mode, which is also a little bit, on the weird side, and it's the Rhythm Kitchen. So the minigame island is clearly the high point, and on the island there's actually 5 different ways you can play the minigames, and there's plenty of minigames. Mario Party Jamboree has more than 100 minigames in the game, so there's plenty to choose from, and most of the favorites are there, including bumper balls and stuff like that. So definitely worth checking out, and definitely worth practicing if you're going to play against hardcore players, which you might do if you're going to start an online game with Pro rules. So as usual, when you start a Mario Party session, you can choose from 1, 2, 3 or 4 players, and you can play all 4 players locally if you have enough Joy-Cons. But as you have a Switch, unless you have the Switch Lite, then you can play it with a minimum of 2 players using the included Joy-Cons. So let's have a look at the rule set for pro players here. Now this is pretty awesome. I really like this rule set. It makes the game a lot more fun, I think. So the bonus star announced at start, an item chosen at start. And then there's a few other changes here. The number of turns are fixed at 12. And there's only 1 bonus star, which is a little bit disappointing. I would like 3, but 1 is there. I can live with that. And at the start of the game, each player gets to choose an item. That's also really a good idea, I think. And This all means that the randomness of Mario Party has been toned down a bit here in the Pro rule sets. Because you know, the item shops, the items are limited in number, and the signs that will show you where the next star is actually going to pop up or could pop up, and it helps you out a bit. And also when Boo steals stuff from you, it's set at 15 coins or 1 star. And the most important thing, players will vote for minigames. Now that is absolutely amazing, and the best part of the Pro rules. So like I mentioned earlier, there are 4 boards ready when you load the game up the first time. There's Goomba's Lagoon, probably my favorite. It's at 4-star difficulty, so it's not easy. Then there's the Tree Party. That's the easiest board to get started with, and it's also quite good. One of my favorites, actually. And Roll'em Raceway, difficulty 3, and I find this one pretty disappointing. It's not a board I would recommend. And then there's the Rainbow Galleria at 4-star difficulty as well. So there's a little bit to choose from, right? And then if you are lucky enough to unlock some of the new boards, there's Western Land and 2 others, which I won't spoil here. But as you can tell, I've unlocked Western Land. So of course you can pick that one as well, should you want to. Of course, setting up the game is something you have to do as well, even on Pro settings. So difficulty, I'll leave it at easy for this one, demonstration, and the speed, I always put that at fast. And as I mentioned earlier, in the beginning of the game, each player have to choose an item right at the beginning. So we go for the chomp here. So party settings on Pro, you cannot choose turns, you cannot choose bonus stars, but you can turn motion minigames off, which is exactly what I am going to do. So the Mario Party part of Mario Party pretty much plays exactly how you are used to. You know, 4 players take turns, they roll dice, they run around the map, and they try to win, basically, by, you know, buying items and winning minigames, and, you know, just annoying the other players as much as possible to make sure that they themselves are in front. So once you've picked the Pro rules, the gameplay happens exactly the way you're used to. There's really no difference here at all, other than the whole random aspect, which sometimes can be a little bit overwhelming in Mario Party. That random aspect has been toned down, particularly because you can only buy a limited amount of items, right? And you cannot steal 2, 3, 4 stars or anything like that. And even in duels, you can wager a maximum of 1 star. So it limits the kind of craziness that is you know, part of Mario Party. But of course, if you like the unpredictability, the craziness and the unfairness of it all, then stick with the classic rules, of course. Pro rules is, you know, despite the name, is probably more for players who like a more fair experience. So if you're really good at minigames, and you usually win that way, you should probably turn on Pro rules, because that way you're going to probably actually be the superstar in that round. So after all 4 players have gone through the motions of rolling the dice and doing whatever they want to do on the map, the players then get the opportunity to vote for a minigame. And in this case here, everyone's voting for something different. And you know, the randomness is still there. You're not guaranteed to get the minigame, but it's a lot better than the total randomness that ruled before. So that's the end of the video here on Mario Party Jamboree and the new Pro rules. And you know, all in all, it's a great addition, and it actually makes Jamboree the best Mario Party out there, because it has great boards, it has Pro rules, great minigames, and also some really, really good boards from the Nintendo 64 days. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know in the comments what you think, and I will see you out there.